Hi friends, this is Prashant. Welcome to Guru channel. In this video we are going to discuss what is ERP, why do we need ERP. So let us keep this word ERP very simple. If you can see the elaboration for the ERP, E for enterprise, R for resource, P for planning. Enterprise can be any company, organization, industry or any business, and resources are the very important part of any business like man, material, money or even time can be a valuable resource. And planning, a proper management of above said resources for the better growth of any business. And at the end, for any business, growth will be the ultimate goal, and to get that, ERP will be the best solution. If we consider the purchasing process in any manufacturing industry, in any traditional manufacturing industry, for that I'll consider an example. In my example, I have a customer, Mr. Dane, who will be in search of a product. So for that, he will be contacting the organization XYZ. So Mr. Dan contacting the sales department of the organization for the product, and the sales department in turn contact inventory or warehouse department to check the availability of the product. Assume that the product is not available with organization XYZ. So what it will do, it will check and inform production planning control department to start the production of the particular product. Assume that the product, to manufacture the product, there is no stock for the raw materials that required. So in turn, the production planning control department will be decided to procure the raw materials from an external supplier called ABC. So once the external supplier ABC supplies the raw material, the same will be provided to shop floor manufacturing people to start the production. So with the help of the manpower that has been provided from HR department, the shop floor persons will be manufacturing that material, that product. So once it is manufactured, the same product will be delivered or transported to the customer, Mr. Dane. So in turn, the payment will be received from Mr. Dane from finance team, and the supplier will be paid from the finance team. So this is the traditional manufacturing cycle, the traditional purchasing process in any manufacturing industry that is being followed from many years. But there are, if you see, there are a lot of drawbacks in this particular cycle. So to elaborate that, I'll consider one more example. This time I have my customer Mr. Dane, who will be in search of another product. So that for that he will be contacting again to the organization XYZ. But please note, this time Mr. Dan is in an urgency, so he wants that material to be very fastly delivered, so that he must not be waiting for all this process to be happen. He will contact the sales and distribution team of the organization, but due to lack of real-time data or real-time information in sales department, the sales department will ask Mr. Dane to wait for some time so that they could check the product availability in inventory department. So inventory department, if the product is not available, it will again ask for production planning. So all the cycle will take a lot of time. So at that point of time, due to lack of information or lack of real-time data in any organization, the customer will decide to go with another vendor so that he could get the product as soon as possible. So because of which the customer dissatisfaction will be happening, which leads in turn organization morale goes down, and because of which the total revenue of the organization will get down. To reduce or to solve all this problem, to avoid all this problem, there comes into picture a system called ERP system, centralized ERP system, in which we have all the departments that we have discussed right now previously, like sales department, inventory, finance, production planning, shop floor and HR. But this time all the departments are interconnected for data manipulation. Like every department will be feeding and fetching the data from a centralized system. That system is called ERP, and every department will be feeding the data and continuously communicating the data from the centralized location. What is the use of it? If we put all the data in a central location and access the data every time, what is the use? Let me elaborate. If consider the same example that we have discussed previously. Mr. Dane is a customer. He'll come back again with the urgent requirement for a product. So he'll contact sales and distribution department for the product, but this time he will not be getting disappointed because central sales and distribution department will be having the real-time data this time from centralized ERP system, because inventory has already fed the data to the centralized system. Inventory has already fed the data to the centralized system, because of which Mr. Dane will be getting the data immediately. And for example, and even the production planning people will be getting the data from all the data from inventory warehouse department directly to the ERP system, and they can start the manufacturing at any time by ordering any raw material to the vendor outside. And vendors outside also can post their invoices to the centralized system so that they could get the payment as early as possible, not like before. And at the same time, for shop floor manufacturing people, HR can recruit the right person with a lower budget. So these are all the advantages of the ERP system. So I have in a broader way, I have kept the key benefits of the ERP here, that as we have discussed previously. Real-time data will be available across all department, that is from centralized ERP we will be getting the real-time data across all departments, and ERP will provide better control of business processes with increased productivity. And ERP increases the customer delight and increases the revenue of the organization. And data duplication is avoided in all the departments, which will in turn decreases the total time required to maintain the data in every department. And all the data, if it is maintained in a single location, the security of that will be maintained, and purchasing processes and payments can be done on time. That's as we seen in previous slide. Okay, these are all the overall benefits and centralized ERP. And thank you. If you like this video, please subscribe to Gyan Guru channel. Thank you.